Chapter 5. I woke up back in my house laying on the couch. I felt something warm on my arm and tried to look over. My head was numb, so I lolled over a lot. My vision cleared a little bit so I could see a figure kneeling over me. I looked around to get some more and saw another figure, but it was smaller. My sight got better and I could see the smaller one clearly. It was a dog sitting patiently, but it looked weird. The smiling dog. I looked over at the figure and saw dark hair and a white hoodie. But through the dark hair I saw a little peek of a wide smile. I screamed and yanked my arm away. I got up, jumped over the other side of the couch. I headed for my room, but suddenly stumbled and hit the floor. I looked up and saw my feet bandaged. That's right, they were cut up and swollen from running on twigs and rocks. But that didn't stop me from trying to escape. I crawled, hulling my entire body with my arms only. This was getting me nowhere. The dog came around and looked at me. I ignored it and kept trying to move. The dog grabbed my shirt collar in his mouth and dragged me back around the couch. I tried to whack it, but I was still a bit weak. Curse my flimsiness. The dog dragged me to that Jeff guy who was sitting patiently on the floor. The dog let go of me and I sat up. I eyed it and it just growled slightly. I looked back towards Jeff and sneered. Come to kill me again, I see, I grumbled. He wasn't fazed. He just kept staring blankly at me, which was kind of creeping me out. It was quiet in the room. The only sounds were that dog scratching itself and getting fur all over the damn carpet. I sighed. I'm going to have to clean that up later. If there is a later, that is. Scrolling. I looked at my bandaged feet, then back at Jeff, who was still staring. I relaxed a bit, then said, Did you fix my feet? He looked down and said, I had to. They were in pretty bad shape. The irony that you'd fix them up after I used them to step on your face last night, I teased. He frowned and growled, Shut up. I kind of jumped when he said that in that tone. A loud and harsh tone like that scares me. He realized that I got uneasy inside. Give me your damn arm, he said. I wasn't done with it yet. I was hesitant to do it, but I reached it out anyways. He grabbed some bandages that were placed next to him and started cleaning my wound. As he did, I got some time to look at the dog. It was sitting there, staring at me too. It wasn't the prettiest hound, I'll give you that. I always liked huskies, but this was no husky. It may have some features, but it's definitely no husky. I grew uneasy as it kept staring at me, like I'm dinner or something. I decided to figure out what the hell that thing was. Is that a dog? I asked. Jeff nodded and didn't say a word. What's wrong with its face? I asked.
Damn.
Jeff looked up at me and said, He's just like that. Don't stare if you don't like his look. Well, I'm just asking. He's kind of like you, Jeff shrugs. I guess. He mumbles. He started putting some cream on the wound now. Where is he from? I ask. He stops and looks over at the dog. I'm not sure myself, he says. I just found him out on the streets with no home, so I took him in. He's my pet now.
That's most definitely not his story, though.
I actually found that sweet.
It was literally a meme. It was literally a meme.
I actually found that sweet. I don't know. What? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting sidetracked by something else. He'd do that for a dog like that. I'd be afraid of it. But I guess since they're the same in a way, Jeff isn't bothered by it, and neither is the dog. What's his name? I ask. Jeff looks over at it and gives the dog a warm look. His name is simply Smile. That is a simple name. Smile because he has a huge smile. Seems obvious enough. If anyone asks why Jeff calls him that, they must be stupid not to see. Because logic, and more logic. Jeff reaches over and pets Smile gently. The dog brushes up against his hand to lick him. It's actually quite cute in a way, despite the weird smile he seems.
Don't turn this into a warm moment.
Despite the weird smile, he seems to be a nice dog. Jeff looks at me and asks, Would you like to pet him? I immediately get the feeling that if I try, Smile will bite my hand off. But Jeff
That's actually good logic.
Keeps beckoning me, and I have no choice but to pet him. I slowly reach over and hover my hand near his head. Smile sniffs it and eyes it suspiciously. I'm just gonna say goodbye to my hand real quick now. I close my eyes, and as soon as I do, I feel something against it. I squeak a little and look. Just had his head under it is all. I start to scratch him gently, and it doesn't seem to bite me yet. Then he licked my hand too and suddenly leaped into my lap. He licked my thigh and rested his head there. I put my hand on his back and pet him for a while. Before I knew it, Smile had fallen asleep.
That's definitely not how dogs work. Well, at least that's not how my dog works.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Sasha attacks anyone and everyone once she sees them, so of course not.
But I mean, like, even she does jump into my lap and like I start petting her, but as soon as I stop petting her, she'll be like, "Why the fuck did you stop petting me?" And will grab my hand, either with teeth or claws, and drag it back to her.
I'm just gonna die now. I'm good.
Goodbye.
He likes you, Jeff said with the
Arrivederci.
Jeff says with mischievous amusement. I chuckle and just keep petting Smile. I was right. He may look strange, but deep down, he's just a nice, loyal dog. Eventually, Jeff is putting bandages on my wound. He wraps them up tight and then pins it together so it will stay put. I put my arm down and sigh. Is your head feeling okay? He asks. Oh yeah, that's right. I hit my head against a rock. I reached up and felt bandages where to injury was. I nod and say, yeah, I think you patched it up well enough. He chuckles and says, good. Now, where's the food around here? Jeffy's Hungies? I roll my eyes. I knew his serious demeanor wouldn't last too long. Food is always in the kitchen, idiot. Feel free to get whatever. Just don't trash the place or raid our wild refrigerator. If you do, I'll be held responsible. Then I'll be sure to leave a mess. He chimes happily. I glare at him. Don't you dare, I mourned. He stuck his tongue out at me and sprinted for the kitchen. I am dead. Jeez, he's like a child. You better not.
I am deceased. I am gone. You said Hungies. You said Hungies. I lose all the little respect that I have for you. Gone. Adios. Bye.
Okay. You better not mess this place up. I sat in the living room floor with Smile still sleeping on me. I didn't want to get up and disturb his slumber. Not because I'm afraid he won't like it, but because he looked kind of cute when he sleeps.
What?
And I'm still pretty cold, so Smile's warmth is keeping me cozy. I look at my arm. I hope that dog didn't have rabies or something. I'm sure it's a nasty bite. I examine the bandages and see that Jeff did a pretty good job. He didn't seem the type to know how to fix wounds or only inflict them. I looked up to see my mark. I still don't know what it is. Maybe I could ask Jeff about it now. I look into the kitchen to see him struggling with pots and pans that were about to fall from the cupboard. What a dunce. Hey, I called. Apparently that surprised him, and he let all the stuff fall and create a bunch of noise. Sadly, it woke Smile up, and he went from sleepy to on guard.
Bark, 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 bark. Bark, bark, bark. Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark.
I want you to know.
Bark, 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 bark. Bark, bark, bark.
I want you to know that there's a whole literal moment of silence where everyone's just pausing and staring at I hate you. I really do.
Bark, 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 bark.
What is happening?
Bark, 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 bark.
What is going on?
Bark. I'm done.
Okay.
Bark, 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 bark.
My head hurts. My head hurts a lot. Okay. I roll my eyes and sigh. I got it, Jeff yells. Don't worry, Ellie. You better clean it up. Wait, how do you know my name? Jeff looks up from the counter and says, I've always known your name. Actually, I'm supposed to. I eye him suspiciously. He's supposed to know who I am? How is he supposed to? Why? I started. Are you supposed to know who I am? Because, he says, as he puts the pots back up, you're the proxy. There's that word again, proxy. And what bothers me is that he says the before it, like I'm some special person. Don't you mean proxy? I asked. Nope. He says he puts the last pen around. Never mind. Who am I exactly? I ask him. He goes quiet and turns to look at me. Honestly, Elizabeth, he says, I don't know. That makes me afraid and disappointed at the same time. I always knew I was different, but ... I didn't think I would be so different that I ended up with Jeff and Smile. I want to know who I am, or what I am, but not that I know that I'm different. I feel restless. I already feel shaky. Jeff came back this time. There is literally nothing to bark about, and it keeps happening, and I don't know why.
I can do the annoying chihuahua bark if you want.
No. Okay, no, you can shut that up right now. Jeff came back with a jar of peanut butter. Lyric! Oh my god, it's happening. It's happening. God, I look at him. Were you intended on making a PB&J sandwich? Lyric.
Sarge is like awake now.
Here we go again with the stupid sandwich crap. I swear you jinxed me every single time with the stupid sandwich crap. I don't know what it is, but every time we look at a fanfiction related to Jeff, somehow sandwiches are always included, and I hate it. I absolutely despise it. Why? Just tell me why. One reason why. Why is there sandwiches?
I didn't do it.
You really did, though, because you're the one that started it.
I thought it.
It began with you.
I thought it, but then I was just like, oh, it's probably not going to happen.
Without fail, faithfully, every single Jeff fanfiction has to have sandwiches in it. There's always a moment where he's like, oh, I'm hungry. Let me just go over to the kitchen, pulls out like bread or like peanut butter or like jelly, and it always turns into a sandwich. Every single time. Sandwiches. Sandwiches. Why? Why the sandwiches? Tell me why. Is there some inside joke I don't know about sandwiches?
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. I'm really not.
I could do the annoying chihuahua yap again.
He shook his head and then said, no, not really. I didn't know what he meant until he brought out a butter knife and opened the jar. He dug out a dollop and then ate it. I face palmed and looked at him. You serious? After all of that... Huh?
A what?
Dollop.
What the fuck is that?
Google it. I don't know. You serious? Excuse me. After all... Spell it? DOLLOP.
Apparently he's in Chicago. A shapeless mass of blob of something, especially soft food.
You serious? After all of that rummaging around and you eat a jar of peanut butter? A new one, in fact, that my family and I were going to eat at some point. He stared at me for a while, then went back to eating the peanut butter. I sighed. I'm going to have to buy some more now. I'm sure he'll eat it all. Smile gave him a pouty look and dug some out with his finger and fed some to the dog. This annoyed me so much.
Don't you put your finger back in that jar.
I decided to try it and walk off the pain. I only limped from my cut up feet, but at least I'm moving around. I went up to my room and checked my phone.
It would be funny if she fell.
My parents called about 1 billion times. They must be worried now. I'm gonna have to talk with them once they get back. I hope they aren't too mad at me when they see I'm okay. I try walking downstairs but fall and stumble. I nearly fall all the way downstairs when Jeff suddenly sprints up and catches me. He chuckles, but then we both go crashing down. What happened? I thought he had it. What went wrong?
They fail.
I know, but why?
No. They fail.
Yes.
FAIL FELL.
I hate you. When we get to the bottom, he had broken my fall. I got up and thanked him while he just groaned and sneered at me. I laughed nervously at him. Smile bounced at him and licked his face while he's still down. Smile, come on, bro, what the hell? I laughed until I heard door being unlocked. I gasped. It must be my dad. He's usually the one to get out of work first. I grabbed Smile's collar and Jeff's hood and hauled them upstairs. When I get to the top, I open my room and throw them in there. I shut the door and quickly head downstairs to my dad. He's barely walking in when I greet him. Absolutely not. I'm not saying that. He turns and smiles. Hey, Ellie, you seem energized.
No. What the fuck was she gonna say?
She says, hey, Daddy. He turns and smiles. Hey, Ellie, you seem energized. I nodded and gave him a thumbs up. He notices my bandages and asks, what happened to you, Ellie? Crap, I forgot about them. I had to lie to him. Oh, yeah, I tripped downstairs and had gotten a bit scratched up, but I patched myself up. No worries, Dad. Good.
Make a joke.
What?
I can't say it.
Good.
This is supposed to be PG-13.
Oh, it is?
At least.
Is cursing in PG-13 rating?
Yes.
We have to look up the qualifications of what goes into a PG-13 rating. Because I can promise you, this is 80 chapters. Somewhere in here is going to be a lemon. And I don't know if there will be a warning for that.
We're just not going to read it.
And why didn't you pick up the phone? I called you a bunch of times, he said. I lied again. I was down here patching myself up. I guess I didn't have the ringer on. Sorry. He gives me a warm smile and then ruffles my hair.
PG-13 has cursing.
Okay, changes once he sees the living room. Why is there a bunch of fur on our carpet?
R includes the sex.
He walks in and looks at the mess. Your mother just cleaned it, and you ate all the peanut butter? Oh, Ellie, you got stains on the carpet too. Lies, lies, lies. I can't keep making up stuff under pressure. Jeff and Smile are going to pay for this. Sorry. I was really hungry for peanut butter. So much I ate the whole jar of it. And Addie gave me one of her boas, so it must have gotten pieces on the floor. Dad sighs and says, all right, you better clean this up before your mom gets back, or else she won't be so easy on you. I nod and get some cleaning supplies. I throw the empty peanut butter jar and clean the stains. I brush away the fur and put some Febreze on the carpet. Once I was done, I ran back upstairs to my room. I walk in and see Jeff on my bed reading a teen magazine Joanna gave me. He saw me and said, hey, Elizabeth, did you know that teens this year are more sexually active than any other year?
Oh, foreshadowing.
Who's the lucky boy? I growl
my God.
And yank the magazine out of his hands. I roll it up and whack his head with it. Ow, just because no boy found you attractive doesn't mean you have to take it out on me. I hit him again. Okay. Just because no boy fancies you doesn't mean...
feeling the Jeff burn. My skin is going white, or at least gray since I'm black. But it's going that shade. And oh my God, the burn. God.
Jeff, shut up, I yells. He goes quiet and stares at me. I frown. You and your dog nearly got me in trouble. Next time you better not leave a trail behind, or I'll be forced to lie to my own father again. And God knows how hard that is for me. He shifts his eyes around and then mumbles.
Daddy always deserves the best.
Please. Don't. But no. Mm-mm. No. Not at all. This is not happening.
Not even a little?
No.
Not just
no.
Not
no.
Not just a fingernail? Not just a space in an essay?
No.
Not just a little bitty, itty bitty, polka dotted.
This is single. You know what? I need you to know how much this is not happening. This is a single spaced essay right now. Ain't none of this happening. Single spaced. Comic Sans essay. Sans, whatever. Essay. Single spaced. 0.2 inches all around of margin.
I don't know what that looked like.
Essay. That's how much this is not happening.
I don't know.
So there is a next. Wait, what?
I don't know what that looks like.
Next time you better. Oh, he shifts his eyes around and then mumbles. So there is a next time. I growl and pull him up. Listen, I don't know what the hell your deal is, but I don't want any part of what you're doing. You're only causing trouble for the both of us. So just leave, please. I don't want anything to do with you. You're putting too much stress on me, and I started hyperventilating and I fell to my knees. I've told you I can't deal with pressure or else I'll panic. Jeff bends down and grabs my shoulders. Hey, what's wrong with you? Ellie? Elizabeth? What's wrong? I can't talk from my harsh breathing. He looks around and grabs a paper. He waves air to my face, but that's not helping me. I shake my head and point to a drawer at my desk. He goes over and opens it. There's a paper bag in case if I hyperventilate, and pills in case if I'm acting worse. He grabs both and hands them to me. I breathe into the paper bag, but it's not helping. So what's this, huh? I grab the pills and take one. Unfortunately, I was panicking too much that I couldn't swallow it. I spit it back up and coughed. This didn't make my breathing better. Smile started barking, and Jeff snapped at him to stop. I didn't have any other remedies, so I stayed coughing and practically choking until I eventually fell across the floor and passed out. That's the end of the chapter.